Sorry, somebody must have said okay. Hey, I got your email back to you. I hope you got it. Okay, good. Hey, man, I got the email from you, and I'm sorry I'm not responding.
Stop by.
So we're doing a movie. Grab that.
It's like the cat. Stop by the cat.
But yeah, I will get back to you.
Bottom is
Here's your care factor, sir.
Bottom. It all depends on the context. Yeah. Google it.
Mine was actual and not very helpful.
No, that'll work.
Yes.
that's under.
Evan, are we good?
I'll let you know.
Hey.
All right,
Hey everybody, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. You should all give yourselves a round of applause for Alright, so my name is Edwin Cardalda. I am the lead designer and programmer of the team. This is Jay Santos, our gameplay programmer and our 3D modelist. This is Manuel Mangual, our AI programmer and 2D artist. And this is Alexander Roman, our audio engineer and our story producer. Together we are Big Boss Studios, and we are here to present to you our game Metadroid. Our game is a first-person shooter that tries to explore the dueling mechanic. As a player, you are going to be put into the shoes of our character named Chrome. And what's so special about him is that he has these interchangeable arms that have different weapons on each arm that the player can explore as they play the game. Everything's powered by Meta, so because he's a half man, half robot. So he has, his energy will always constantly regenerate. I'll go ahead and let Alex take over and explain a little bit about the story.
Okay. So it's a post-apocalyptic future. It's a dystopian society where this metafuel has changed the way people live, and in turn, you have this gentleman here who is the evil brother of the main character who has literally taken over society. Humanity is enslaved by this technology. They are forcefully turned into machines, and they go about their lives in this society. I won't have to say much about the story because we have an excellent video that we can show you that will tell the story. It features graphic novel art by the person who did the sketch. Novel art might be a little light here because it's not fully detailed because it's a lengthy process, but it does indeed do a good job of telling the story so far. So without further ado, enjoy the video, and we'll move forward to the gameplay after that.
Normally, when you're locked away, you have the freedom to think about how you got there. You have the freedom to think about where you went wrong and what you could have done to change the outcome. But in these times, freedom is a relic, a thing people talk about at the dinner table, like the good old days and famous sporting events. Today, you sleep, and you wake up like it was yesterday. You wake up as if nothing happened and the past is nothing more than an inconvenient blur. But in my case, that inconvenient blur would be extended indefinitely. It would be extended so far back that a man's life could be rewritten. Everything I am, everything I was, and everything I would become would all be forced to take a back seat on a runaway stagecoach through hell. This is where my story begins. Lost, confused, and alone. Well, almost alone.
Music, by the way, is actually from Max Payne 3, if anyone's caught on to that yet.
Oh.
Up and at 'em, soldier.
Soldier?
Soldier. Name, rank, serial number.
What are you talking about?
Do you know who you are? Where you are?
No, I don't. I didn't. The questions, easy as they were, stumped me. She would have been better off asking me for the meaning of life.
Damn. We're too late.
What?
Nothing. You just have to trust me on this. Your name is Crow. You've been asleep, and you've been held prisoner for quite some time. Is there a man in the room with you?
There was. He was dead, and there was nothing I could do. I don't know why, but it angered me. More so than I would like to admit. Yes, but I don't think he's with us any longer.
That's a shame. Cody was a good soldier. A good friend.
You know, for some reason I get that. Are you going to tell me what the hell is going on? Where are you? Who are you? How the hell am I hearing you? And what the hell am I? What's happened to me? The nightmares that were in my hands felt so foreign that it was earth-shattering at first. I felt reality begin to spin out of control. It was almost like waking up in someone else's body and being expected to know your identity and just move along. I felt the frustration rising inside me. I was going to have to take baby steps.
Jesus. Crow, stay calm. Take a deep breath and just think for a moment. Does the name Cedric sound familiar? Does the name Cedric?
Yes. He's my brother. Like I said, baby steps.
Good. If you can remember that, the rest will come with time.
That's a relief. I think.
Okay, Crow. From here on out, I'm going to address you by your code name. Does the name Kane sound familiar?
Yes. What the hell was that? A jolt of energy passed through me like a lightning bolt. It was like a shot of adrenaline and ginkgo biloba. I suddenly saw things more clearly and had enough pep in my step to want to get the hell out of the oversized test tube I've called home for however long. I was also beginning to like whatever changes I may have gone through.
I've just reactivated you for duty. Let's run a quick diagnostic.
Wait, what?
And at that point, gameplay sequence would begin.
So let's go ahead and get to the beginning.
The only reason why I thought implemented in gameplay is because Unity does not allow it, a full video sequence to play. You need Unity Pro, so we actually have our website, which is going to allow donations that we can eventually buy Unity Pro.
So without further ado, here is our game.
Okay, Kane. I'm opening the door now. Stand by. Kane, this base is crawling with bots and drones. You should be well equipped to blast your way out.
Blast my way out?
Just aim and think about shooting. Your weapons are controlled by your neural network, like controlling a muscle. Oh, and watch out!
Why are they shooting at me?
That's a drone. Blast it!
Okay, this is cool.
By the way, if you haven't noticed, your metaphor generates a constant shield to protect you from incoming fire. The top bar on your heads-up display shows the status of your shield. If it gets too low, take cover, or you'll get hurt. That elevator leads to what used to be security. Press the switch to call the elevator. Good. It still works. Get in and press the switch inside. How are you feeling?
This meta stuff is incredible. How long have I been like this?
3 years. You and your brother are the only ones. It was designed to save us from the tech rebellion.
I'm taking it didn't work.
Kind of. I'll explain later. For now, stay on your toes. You have a wave of spider bots and some more drones headed your way. The spiders will sap your meta if you're not careful.
Got it.
There should be a door on your left. That'll take you to the surface.
It's locked.
Damn. Let me access the schematics.
No rush. Take your time, Faith.
Oh, sense of humor's still there, huh? There should be a door straight ahead.
It's blocked by some junk.
Blocked? Okay, cool. You should enjoy this. Deploy a magnetic bomb. Mag bomb for short. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Wait, try that again?
It pulls it. Alright, so that weapon, alright, what it does, it's called the mag bomb, and what it does is it'll repel any enemies that are within its radius together. And what you can do once they're repelled is go ahead and shoot it and blow them all up. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that next.
Okay, that works.
Follow that tunnel and make your way to security control. There should be an override to open that door.
So we're going to blow all these things up right there. So right now, what's happening, I'm going to go find this computer panel to activate that locked door in the other room.
That it?
Yes, that should do it. Past that door leads to the transport bridge. Cross that bridge and you're home free.
Fresh air sure sounds good right about now. All these weapons are great for medium range. What if they get up close and personal?
Glad you asked. Switch to your particle blade. That should come through in a pinch.
Ha!
Now follow those stairs.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh, and one last thing. If you ever need to spread out firepower, try your mirror orb. It's a little less accurate, but it can cut through when necessary. Just deploy and shoot it with your blaster. Now, fight your way to the elevator. Show what a real soldier can do.
Yeah, that's our mirror orb there. Anything that you shoot at it will repel in different directions and travel and take out any enemies that are within its radius. Right, next we're going to show off our boss here. Cocaine Robot.
Now follow the bridge to the elevator.
He's not textured at the moment. But
I was like,
yeah, so he'll roll
what's
around,
the shadow that's
he'll roll around and start chasing
It's stealth.
Oh, okay, there you go. Same thing.
Yeah, just letting you know I died already, but I took the dead secrets off. Sorry.
We let the thing speak more.
Alright, there it is. Take him out.
So pretty much, as the game progresses, we're going to have more enemies on the bridge and they'll fight its way to the elevator. We also have plans for an even bigger boss more towards the end of the bridge, so that you have that accomplishment feeling, that you took out a big boss. Get past that boss, you're in this narrow hallway which takes you to an elevator, and that'll take you to the surface, where you pretty much end your level and have an end level sequence. And you actually have a teaser here that will lead into the next level that will feature our antagonist, evil brother Abel.
So here's the end of our game, and we'll go to the last scene.
And you can download this
I
on
did.
our website.
I still didn't know how, but I did. And that's all that mattered, for now. So what now? I can only imagine what's waiting at the top of this elevator.
Why, I'm so glad you asked.
Faith's sudden loss of composure was enough for me to realize it was the voice of someone worth fearing. Unfortunately, that person would end up being the person who I looked up to most. Cedric?
The one and only. So, the sweet prince has risen from his slumber? Tell me, are you enlightened?
Enlightened?
The world has changed, has it not? What do you think?
I think it would be better if everything wasn't trying to kill me.
My apologies, brother. You must understand, I can't have you disrupting the delicate balance of the new nature I've created.
New nature?
You know damn well he doesn't remember the nightmare you've inherited, that you've created. How much longer are you going to hold the world captive while you play God?
Temper, fate. We both know you and I fighting right now is not what the boy needs. I mean, the three of us are practically family after all.
What?
Stop!
Oh, you haven't told him? I thought that would be the first thing. You two were so close.
Kate, don't listen. He's just trying to get in your head.
It was working.
Well, why don't you shy and hide it? Don't you love him? You fought to keep him
my brother enough to know that was not him. He sounded dark, twisted. I had heard enough, and I would tell him personally.
Enough! I've heard enough. Cedric, I have to be brain dead and not believe that you're behind all of this. What happened to you?
I didn't give me gifts, bro. The gift of godhood. This is the gift that only we can have. I want to share with you. We are family after all.
Suddenly, it was easy to put two and two together.
So you shoved me in a jar and tried to format my brain like a hard drive. Is that what family does these days?
Stop being so melodramatic. When you put it that way, it sounds so cold. Besides, I love you no choice. Your silly ideals were too self-righteous. I would have never been able to do what needed to be done.
Enslave the human race? My love of history books reminded me of how often that had been tried time and time before. It then dawned on me just how far gone my brother was.
I'm done. Enough with the antics. Your problem's with me. Tell me where you are. We can settle this.
I assure you, the problem is all yours. Isn't that right, Queen?
Leave her out of this.
I can't. She's the only thing keeping us from reuniting. Don't worry, we'll all be a family again soon enough. Have fun getting caught up, you two. I think I may have said too much already. Am I right? Ta-ta for now, bro. Faith.
Is there any questions that you would like to ask our team? Anything about the game? Anything in general?
So how long did it take you guys to do this? How long were you in the senior project?
Okay, so this senior project was a total of 4 months long, so 1 whole semester. I want to say with the time allotted, I just want to say I'm really happy to be with this team. They were awesome. They put in a lot of hard work. We're usually here about 5 days a week anyway, working on the game. Thank you guys for being awesome and being a great team.
You're welcome. Okay, so given the amount of time that you had, I'm assuming that from the last time I was here that you've had to cut some things, and from even the original design, I'm sure that you had to cut some of the scope down. So what have you learned as far as about each other, about yourselves, that you'll apply at your next project that will help you understand more about your abilities and what to expect over the amount of time you have to work and how much you can actually produce?
Definitely just knowing how to budget your time is a big factor, especially when you know you only have X amount of time to work on something. Having a set plan is very important. Making sure that you have everything documented to the T is very important as well. Especially you want to get that done way beforehand too as well. You want to get that done within a week's top to get all that planned out even before the project. I would say also know your strengths as a team. Like we all pretty much knew our strengths coming in. Like we're all programmers, so we knew that the programming we could handle. But when it came to art and things like that, we tried to get an outside artist to help us with modeling things like that, but it kind of fell through. So that kind of was more on our shoulders at that point. So we had Jay here do all our modeling for us in 3ds Max, and Manny here did all the texturing that you see, like anything that you see textured on the walls. Manny went ahead and did all that stuff, all the HUD texturing and all that stuff. So definitely knowing your strengths. And Alex here is a great story writer. So once I put this idea down, everyone was like, "Oh wow, this is really good," and we all ran with it. And Alex was coming up with ideas like with story, left and right. So definitely knowing your strengths is a very big thing to know. Other than that, you guys want to add anything?
It's an all or nothing gig. It really is. If you don't say this is what I want to do, I want to make a game, and you let other things distract you, and you put other things in front of it at 1 second, you're going to fall behind. I've come to realize that just one day can make the difference of having an awesome project versus falling behind and having to scramble at the last minute. And I should hope that this project doesn't exemplify that. We all worked really hard to make as best of a game as we could.
So I'm glad you said that. Actually, brings me to my second question. So I'm guessing all of you did have that realization where you had to say, yes, we're all making a game, we're all in it to win it, kind of thing, right? At what point did you have a lack of motivation, and how did you solve that?
To be honest, on my part, it was kind of the beginning when we were deciding how we were going to make it, how we were going to move through it. Because we were going, oh, flamethrower, all this, all that, and I like...
It was an awesome idea, but the question was, how do we make it happen? How do we make it work?
Not to mention the limitations with Unity, with the free version, because there's so much to do in the pro version, but in the free version you get like the basic things, so we have to make do with what we got.
Yeah, definitely. Also with that, it's like knowing what's realistically possible to get done. That was a big thing, because we had like all these different ideas of what we wanted to do, and we were like, you know, this sounds really cool, but is it realistically possible to get done within the amount of time we have? So that was a real big issue in the beginning when it came to brainstorming ideas and getting things done.
I think it started with the mag bomb, if I remember correctly. That we threw out the idea for the mag bomb, and we were like, okay, so why don't we do a main weapon and then special weapons that don't necessarily, you know, do damage, but you find different ways to use your special weapons. And that, like Ratchet and Clank was a big example. They have crazy out-of-the-box weapons that you've never heard of. So we wanted to create something like that, but you just use them in a completely different way.
So you guys went on Unity. Was there any other technology you guys were looking at before starting the project? Like, this is what I want to master, this is what I want to learn. And with that being said, how many of you guys had experience with Unity before going in?
None whatsoever.
Okay. So
We actually went through the tutorials, like 3 weeks before we actually started with Senior Project. When Social gave us the approval on Unity, we're like, okay, so we gotta get ourselves into tutorials.
Yeah, we found a bunch of tutorials out there.
Okay. Definitely, like adding that, it's like we wanted to do something that we knew was really heavily used out there, and also at the same time something that would challenge us. Because Unity, we had never used it before, so we wanted to have something new under our belt that we can say that we've worked with.
Because I could easily choose Unreal.
Right. Exactly. Our main choice for Unity was that it was free, of course. It was a lot of people use it widely, especially I know simulation companies use it a lot, and the whole fact that you can port it over to different platforms. I mean, of course, you need licensing, of course, for that stuff, but we really wanted to have a game that we can port over. So our main thing was we wanted to actually get this on the web. We actually have a web version for our game, and we actually have our website up, which I can go ahead and show you guys in a second. But what we want to do is actually host our game on the website, so you can actually stream it without downloading it. The only thing is we don't have a dedicated server yet, so we just have a download button. You just click it, and you can download it and play it. So that's actually live right now. So anyone that's in the room can actually go ahead and play what you've just seen right now. Mind it, there's some little things that we need to fix, of course, but it's still a work in progress. So our website, if you see it on your high concept document, we are bigbossgamestudio.com. And this is our website right now. It's still in the works, but we actually just got it live a few days ago. So we're still working on things on our homepage. This is just a video of our alpha version. If you want to actually download the game, you can click on game and click this download button right here. We're also, we have an ad here saying that we're looking for 3D artists and modelers out there. So if anyone has any modeling experience, come talk to us.
We really appreciate
because
it.
our plans, we are actually going to be working on this game definitely for 1 extra month to see what we can do with the game. Maybe improve things, fix bugs, maybe add a couple things that we didn't get to. But our main focus, we really want to find someone out there who's really good with art and modeling skills, so that we can elevate our game that much more. Because we as programmers, that's a given. We have that skill. We just need the artistic ability. And in here, this is our developer's diary. We have tracks. We have videos of presentations, just us talking about different things. Sometimes we'll have behind the scenes kind of planning things, or just things for anyone who's a developer that they appreciate. They can go ahead and look through and see the process on how we make it. So if you ever want to come by, just go ahead and check out our page. About us is we're going to add our pictures and things like that, of course. But this, lets us know what our skills were in the game, what we've been doing on the game. And if you want to find us on our social networks, we have a Facebook page, a YouTube, and if you want to email us, you can go ahead and do that all through our website here. So if you want to check out our website, our Facebook, we always constantly put updates on our game. Just letting people know what's going on, showing off, different development things that we're doing. So this is actually our concept art this is our concept cover art for our game. So this is what we have right now for our game. And anything, we usually just write a bunch of different things. So if you ever want to come check out our Facebook, if you're on Facebook, just type out Big Boss Studios. Look for the picture with this, the robot with the exploding mushroom cloud in the back with the 2 guns. So definitely that's us online. Anyone have any questions?
Joe, you want to get into it?
Jeremy, you asshole. I got friends.
All right. Go ahead. So I'm going to lead off with my standard question. Who is in charge?
Right here.
What subversion system do you use?
Version system we use Tortoise SVN and a little bit of Dropbox. We use Tortoise SVN for the game and all the code and all that, all those things that were for building the game. Dropbox we just use for other files, whether it was like art assets that we were just dumping in our audio, things like that. So, but mainly we use Tortoise SVN.
Roger that. Tell me a little bit about your production cycle.
Our production cycle, we pretty much meet almost every on the weekdays. We'll be here on campus. We'll meet usually in the student success center over there or in here sometimes, and we'll just we'll have our plan priority, like we have on a weekly basis what needs to be done in the game, and we split that up accordingly. All right, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and then we'll start working on it.
Falling over.
Wow.
You got that right.
Our production cycle, like I said, we have our tasks that we do every week, and we're here, like I said, for the most part, 5 days a week. We're here, almost night and day and night, here just working on the game.
Roger that. So who's responsible for ensuring that tasks got met and deadlines got met?
I did. I made sure, we have a plan. If something didn't get done, it would be up to my discretion to see if we would continue, or if I needed to allot more time on something. Because there were things that were more important than others, of course. So it was up to my discretion to see if what needed to be handled.
Roger that. Who handled code merges?
For the most part, I handled all I made sure all the code was in order, all the scripts were in the right place, of course, and making sure that all the code, of course, compiled and ran correctly. So for the most part, we would all write the code, but at the end of the day, I'd make sure that everything was working.
Roger that. A couple more questions related to production process here. At what point in time did you guys say, okay, features are locked, we're done, everything that we're doing from here on out is polished?
We actually did that week 5 of this session. So pretty much our 12-week mark.
Yeah.
You want to count it in weeks?
Yeah.
2.5.
12
Yeah, like we pretty much said, all right, we're gonna anything that we have to add to the game, it's gonna be we have this deadline. If anything doesn't make it by that time, we're just gonna scrap it and try to just work on bug fixes, polish the game as much as we can.
Roger that. On the topic of polish, I noticed that there were a couple of places where you were missing textures, not even placeholder textures, and there was a couple of places where your interface was in the same state that it was when you guys did your midterm presentation. Were these things brought up as potential points of concern?
Yeah, we did bring them up, but how we handled that was for the texturing part, we looked at it as we have other things to fix programming-wise in the game, so we felt that was more important to get those things fixed before making the game look pretty, because that comes later, of course.
The mirror orb gave us a lot of trouble, and we got that tweaked, and it works beautiful now. We spent a lot.
Wait, what gave you trouble?
The mirror or weapon that you saw that spits out all the shots.
The problem we're having, it shoots shots randomly. So there were times where it meets completely all the time the enemy, even if it was next to it. So we had to tweak it and rearrange it so it actually goes through the enemy.
Yeah, not to mention the AI too, because we were having issues with the AI was stacking and everything, so we need to fix that issue too.
Yeah, that was pretty much that was probably the biggest bug we had. We had like enemies on top of enemies. Just
sometimes you see like 4 robots like on top, and we're like,
it was just really, it was really bad. So.
All right. That being the case, then tell me a little bit about what build tools you guys put together to help you generate the levels, placement of enemies, etc. How did you handle that?
We use 3ds Max for all of our modeling. So the entire level, the custom enemies that we had, such as the robot, the spider bot, we did that all in 3ds Max. To texture everything, we used Photoshop CS5.
Yeah.
And I used a little bit of Paint.net for some things. Other than that, I think that and Unity.
Unity has built-in tools. How did you handle code commenting and documentation?
Code commenting and documentation? Well, I just encourage whenever writing their code, if whatever line is happening, to make sure that they comment it. At least if it's a function, write what that function was. If they're doing something in their code that you can't just tell off right off the eye, just put a comment there.
Roger that. Now, as far as documentation goes, if you had to hand this thing off to someone else to build your second level, does that person have all the tools that they would need to take what you have and add that additional content?
Yes, I would say yes.
Roger that. 2 more questions. One of them, obviously, you guys built this with an eye towards an FPS market. What was your target platform?
Our target platform was PC, Mac, and the web version, of course, for our game. We have plans in the future, because like I said, we're going to dedicate a solid month to add different things into the game. One of them is to get an Android version out there, because Alex here has an Android tablet that he said we can use, so we can actually port it on the Android, see what we can do to get it operating on that platform.
Roger that. And did you actually test it on any of these other platforms?
The only one we've tested on so far is the web.
The web.
Yeah.
All right, roger that. Your download deployment package, have you guys tried running that on other PCs, or is that the build machine right there?
You mean so like when they click it on the download from the website? Yeah, basically when you click it on the website, it downloads a zip file, and we actually have tested it on multiple machines.
Yep.
So yeah, that all is working in order.
All right, you guys did it. Good job.
So, I mean, is there any other questions or comments?
Celebrate.
Alright, and if not, alright, so, yes.
Someone else yelled, they saw the mirror orb. That was pretty cool. How you combine the orb on the ground and also it scatters everywhere. I really like personally the idea of combinations. You ever see different combinations, and then you have several others and just intertwine that. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I love the idea of combinations.
Thank you. So if no one has any other comments, questions, we actually have some questions for you.
We have some swag here. If anyone's interested in T-shirts with the cover art on it.
And
First question,
buttons.
and some buttons too. We can give away full sets of buttons. What is the real name of Chrome's Twisted Evil Brother? First hand up.
Ryan, over there.
Cedric?
That's it.
Yeah.
What's your shirt size, buddy?
Extra large.
Extra large. By any chance, does anybody know the name of the story on our Blogspot account? We didn't mention that, but does anybody know it? All right, so that won't be a question. That won't be a question, but we do have a Blogspot featuring backstory, so that's Origins of Meta. Check it out. Okay, so okay, we didn't hear the menu music, did we?
A little bit, not too much.
Did anybody catch the menu music by any chance? Does anybody know what that's from?
Which one?
The menu music when the game first starts.
You mean the introduction or the actual?
Yes, the menu music.
Where you see the game and you click campaign.
Before you click campaign. No,
I know Sush on the
Yeah, Sush
already got
swag.
Play the game.
So it was Max Payne 3, right?
That was in game.
That was in here?
That was in game.
I don't know if they can catch it.
We'll play it real quick. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who can name this tune? Either the artist or the name of the song. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Church eyes.
You get a medium.
I don't know if I have a medium. I have to set it for a large.
Alright, so what is it that powers all the weapons in our dystopian future?
Meta.
Meta.
Bam! Medium.
Alright, so does anyone know the name of our boss?
Big boss.
It was a big boss. But does anyone know the name of the boss that was on the bridge there at the end? The robot. Who said that? That's a cheater. By the way, I just want to acknowledge our voice acting crew. We have Alex here who did our main character. We have Lydia Hernandez who played the voice of Faith, and Jack Ecob here in the middle who did Abel, the evil villain. I think you guys did a great job. Thank you for getting that, doing voice acting. All right. Can anyone name any of the weapons? Name at least 2 of the 4.
Owen.
Mirror orb.
All right.
The other one?
2 Mac bomb.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the link to our website?
Big Boss Studios.
Big Boss Game Studio. All right, wait, who answered that? Everyone.
Just throw buttons. Just throw it around and hope no one gets their eye poked out.
Once more buttons.
All right. Well, I think those are all our questions. I just want to thank you guys again for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for seeing our senior project. And whenever you guys want, go ahead and play our game. Give us feedback. Let us know what you think. If you want to add any comments, say what we did good, what we did bad. All your feedback is important.
Got extras.
Wait, I didn't do it.
Is that all small?
Thank you for coming. We did a combination, mostly JavaScript, and we had some C#. Oh yeah, then you can the rest are pretty much easy to learn how
So I have 2 doubles and 1.
If you sign up, you get a free version of
really. Well, I know we got the license for Android and iOS. Like one day they have the only thing is like I know you can put it on your website and then sell it. I heard something that you need to use the program.
So they'll be in.
Our graduation. Hey, Alex. Yeah, definitely. Alex. Commission's done. What happened? I'm waiting to hear back.
Yo!